everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is a full circle episode. There's not going to be many of you that remember way back when, but way back when I had the opportunity to have John Jones start off my theory and ideas for podcasting, and he was one of my very, very first guests. And this has grown so much. And I am so excited to have John Jones back. So I'm going to give a quick introduction to who John is. There's so many levels to who he is and what he does in the community. But quickly, John owns Custom Plumbing. And then he also works with BNI. And then there's so many other avenues and places and things that he does. But why don't you tell me a little bit about who you are? Tell everybody, kind of a little quick synopsis of yourself.
Well, thank you again, Cassie. I appreciate being here. And it's an honor, again, round two. And so for me, I'm a Sonoma County native and born and raised in Sonoma County, Santa Rosa area. I moved up here to Redding in 2005 and really for a better opportunity, more affordable housing.
Yes.
And just better quality of life, less traffic, less people, all the fun and outdoor recreation we have.
Yeah.
And so I moved up in 2005 and continued my plumbing career after graduating my apprenticeship down there in Sonoma County. And I met my wife up here. We got together in 2005 and have been together ever since.
That's awesome. So you have been here since 2005, you say?
Yes.
Okay, so it's 2005. And you moved up here to start your career.
Exactly.
Okay, so this is something that I am excited to talk to you about because I think it's a big myth, and it's a gross rumor that goes around the community that I was told when I first moved here that nobody wants to work in Shasta County and that it's so hard to start a business in Shasta County. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, Custom Plumbing is not one truck in town. It's not you out there running around doing everybody's job. How has your business grown since you started here? And first, answer that question for me. And then if you wouldn't also mind, why do you think that your business has been able to thrive in Shasta County?
Yeah, so to answer your first question, I believe my business has grown, and it's grown because of the culture we're creating in our company, the culture that I'm bringing to the company, that I want to create. And ultimately, that's what I want to create in the community as well. And it's not easy, and it doesn't have to be hard either. And it all starts, I believe, with myself.
Yeah.
And personally, my belief system, my mindset. If I believe there's not enough work, well, there's not going to be enough work. If I believe there's an abundance of work, there's going to be an abundance of work. And so if there's an abundance of people to do the work, hiring comes easy.
Yeah.
And so it's all about being strategic, having the right positive mindset, and knowing that there's more than enough to go around. And so I feel like that's really been one of the pivotal things that have really moved us forward in growing the business and growing the company, growing ourselves, growing our team. I love reading books, and one I'm reading right now is The 5 Levels of Leadership by John Maxwell, and just looking at all the different phases of leadership and what that takes to build a company and build ourselves and build up other people.
Absolutely. I love the abundance mindset. So let's talk about that in terms of community and in terms of attraction. I think that is I think that's really key. I love that you use it because I think of that and it's a kind of a guiding principle that I use for myself as well, for my family and for work through real estate. Is there is an abundance, and there's an abundance in Shasta County. There's an abundance of opportunity. There's abundance. Yeah. I think that people don't realize there's an abundance of educated individuals that are excited to participate. There's an abundance of opportunities that people are looking to bring those kind of people to the table. And because there's not as many who feel that way, it's easy to shine when you have that kind of positive mindset. You really do capture a lot of people because of the size of our community. A lot of people see that, and you're able to shine really bright. You know Absolutely. What I mean? And people want to work for people who believe in that kind of a mindset. You gather more people like yourself. And then that kind of probably leads into BNI. Tell me and tell everybody who doesn't know anything about a BNI. They're in every community. They're all around the nation. But tell us about our local chapter and how that fits into your life.
Yeah, so BNI has also been a huge organization just to build business, and BNI stands for Business Networking International. It's an organization that I've been a part of here in Redding since 2009. It's an international organization. There's chapters all over the world. We have 7 chapters here in Redding.
Okay.
And the reason there's so many chapters is because there's only one business or profession allowed per chapter.
Okay.
And so I've been a part of my chapter since 2009 as a founding member. And then I got the opportunity to become a Northern California director consultant, which means I support other chapters and members all over Northern California and help these members get as much value as possible out of their membership so that they can grow their business and learn how to flourish and have that abundance mindset and truly, grow themselves, grow their business, grow their chapters.
So that's also important because there can be another myth spread around that you come to Shasta County, you come to Redding. We're not, if you look at us on a map, we're not in an area where we're right next to massive metropolitan communities, but we're not stuck here. Mm-hmm. We're not isolated. So when you say international, Business Network International, and that you're working in the Northern California region, tell me a little bit more about that, how you're able to connect our region, our area of Redding, the people who we're networking with through plumbing, through whatever the trade is. How does that take effect if you're talking to somebody in Wairika, if you're talking to somebody in I don't know, who are you talking
to?
Anywhere, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have family all over the United States. And so if I have my Uncle Frank that reaches out to me in Iowa and he's like, hey, Johnny, I got this, roofing problem and I need a roofer. Who do you have in your BNI network group? Uh-huh. And so I can get on BNI's platform and find out who the roofing contractors are that are a part of BNI in his area and then give him a couple referral recommendations to reach out to.
That's good.
And what's great about that is these people who are in BNI are vetted members. So I have a level of trust in them already that they are living up to the code of ethics that BNI, puts out for all of us. And so it's really nice. I mean, I can not only provide referrals to family members and friends throughout the world, I can also receive them here. We have a lot of people that have family that live here, but they may live in Australia or they may live in Canada. And again, BNI being international, they can just look up on the website and go, hey, Custom Plumbing in Redding, they've been a member of BNI since 2009. Call them.
Yeah.
And so it works both ways, that reciprocity, and it's an incredible organization, and it's been an honor to be a part of it for 17 years now.
I love that. I love that. I'm sitting here, you're talking about being in Redding, and I know that you work all throughout Shasta County, and I know that you are look at you. You're wearing, you're an avid outdoorsman. You
yes,
got
ma'am.
Dust on your hat, and you're like, and I just connect with folks in Australia, and and it's easy for me to connect with folks. That's Reddit. That's the beauty of still being connected and maintaining community. You said, I'm going to go backwards to something that you mentioned about creating culture and creating culture for community and what we have here. So let's go back to that. So I love that because I am such a believer in a culture and positivity, and that goes to the abundance mindset, and it goes to what you put out there is what you're going to receive. What is the kind of culture? What is the culture of custom plumbing, and what are some of your the things that you ask for in the people that you work with?
Honestly, I feel like the culture is family.
Yeah.
And that's truly what community is to me. Whether it's my company, BNI, I'm also an Asphalt Cowboy, volunteer through the Sheriff's Department. And it's all about community, and that equals family to me. Mm-hmm. And so that's truly the culture that I'm building in my business is, people will ask me, well, is it a family business? Well, absolutely. We have, employees, and they have families, and it's 100% a family business. And so that's truly the culture. I mean, I would do anything for my team. And most people, would do that. And I know they would do the same for me. If I was in need, they would help me out however I needed to.
Yeah.
To be helped.
So, you don't know this, but I, being in real estate, I deal with a lot of different tradespeople throughout my days, and your company has a really outstanding name throughout the community. And whenever I have somebody come from your business, I'm like, oh, good. I know this is going to be easy. This is going to be clean. This is going to be professional. And it's always the same, no matter who shows up to the job site when I have a custom plumbing, somebody arrive. And that must be part of what what you're looking for in the people that you hire is there's an expected level of professionalism, but really kind. Everybody, they come in nobody's talking over me or the client. They're talking directly to the people that we're working with. They're being sincere. They're being very transparent and honest. And, sometimes you show up and you've got to deliver some really terrible news to some folks. And sometimes you get to be like, oh, you know what? This is not going to be as big of a deal as you thought. Yeah. And I've seen it on both sides. And when having to deliver the really terrible news, it's always done with, hey, this is a reality that nobody wants to face, but here's how we're going to get through it, and here's how it's going to happen. And it's done in a sincere and honest fashion. And I think that speaks to, to me, it must speak to the culture that you're building. And when you ask for that in terms of the other aspects of your life and the other things that you participate in, Asphalt Cowboys, I love that. Tell us a little bit about those that don't know. I don't know how you could live in this community and not know Asphalt Cowboys, but tell us, what is Asphalt Cowboys and how does that play into the community first, and then what you believe and do in your business? Yeah,
absolutely. So one thing I want to mention real quick is I believe that a large part of our culture is our core values. And our core values are discipline, commitment, professionalism, treating everyone with respect, and having fun. Mm-hmm. So we bring that to work every day. I live those out daily in my life, and that helps me play at that level of excellence that I always want to play at. And so I truly bring that even with the Asphalt Cowboys, which is it's a community service-based organization. We are a volunteer organization for the Shasta County Sheriff's Department, started back in 1953, I believe.
Okay.
And so we help support the rodeo during rodeo week. It's kind of turned into rodeo month now. There's a lot of events that take place.
Oh my goodness. The community is already talking about it. It's already, people are talking, the parade is being talked about. It's
We're
February.
Getting ready.
It's February.
I know it. It's coming quick. It's rodeo season almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, the pancake breakfast. 8,000-9,000 people of all of our best friends come down and have breakfast in the morning and, gearing up for rodeo that night. We do a lot of other events too.
Yeah. How many of you guys are there?
So it's a maximum of 40 members.
Okay.
And there's not too many of us, but we also have a lot of volunteers that come in and help out. I know Sons of Italy, Sons and Daughters of Italy, a lot of those folks will come and volunteer at our events as we do for them. We get a lot of support from like the Shasta College baseball team, Enterprise, their football team and baseball team. So we get a ton of support from, young students through adults. And, these events are huge. I mean, you feed 8,000 people. You need a lot of hands on deck.
It takes over the entire downtown now. And I love that it shifted to downtown when the downtown started to, re-energize and kind of change. Totally. It is so cool to see I see you guys all over the place. I really would have thought way more than 40.
It's hard to miss us.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, your yellow shirts. It's impossible to miss you guys. Yeah. But I really would have thought that there was more of you guys.
Nope, 40 of us. That's max membership, and yep.
That's really cool. 40 of you guys make such a humongous impact on this community, and with such spirit, with huge spirit.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And a lot of other events, too, outside of the Big Pancake Breakfast. We do a lot of sober grad nights for Foothill, Shasta, UPrep.
Oh, cool.
Anderson High School. Multiple high schools. We'll do breakfast for them for their sober grad night. We just served lunch at the MLK Day, Martin Luther King Day, I think 2 Mondays ago. And so that was something we've been doing for years. We always participate in all the parades that are going on, whether it's Bernie Basin Days or the Veterans Parade up in Shasta Lake City, Red Bluff Roundup. Yeah. We have our parade trailer and, shooting holes through the hats and handing them out. Yeah. The kids love it. The parents love it. It brings people in from all over. It's a lot of fun to be a part of this organization. And honestly, it's an honor. It's an elite group of guys. It's a great group of guys. Again, going back to that family feel, I would do anything for those guys. Mm-hmm. And I know they would do anything for me.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That is really cool. It's really cool. That is absolutely an honor. I had no idea that it was only 40 of you guys. In my head, it was honestly about 100. Yeah. Because when I see you, it makes such an impact when you see you guys, because it is always at a community event supporting positive endeavors, and supporting the youth. That's really, really, it's really beautiful to see. I've seen you guys at summer events, and the kids get such a kick out of all the breakfasts. They get such a kick, and there is so much spirit. There's so much happiness, and it is part of our Redding story. Doing that, being a part of the rodeo, being a part of the Asphalt Cowboy, having that kind of community involvement with commitment to bringing and uplifting people, and that takes a lot of discipline, and that's one of your core values.
Absolutely.
That can be really tough to maintain so many. Well, let's say you have so many hats on. How do you maintain your business, your faith, the Asphalt Cowboys, BNI? At what stages did you start to pluck all of these and put these into your life? Because it doesn't happen overnight.
And it's a work in progress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you're right. It doesn't
happen. What draws you, I guess, what drew you to each one at each time?
Really the opportunities when they come about, and if it's something that I believe in and want to choose into doing, then I make that choice and I make it happen. As far as wearing all the different hats and, being a business owner, being a husband, being a cowboy, working at the trade school or being on the board of the trade school and a plumbing instructor, serving in BNI. Yeah. For me, my key to that is what gets scheduled gets done. Mm-hmm. So for me to schedule all the different things and hats and events, and that's how I can get them done. Because if I don't calendar them, they don't get done. Yeah. Like something else will take over.
What's your family and your wife, that's an easy why. What's your why for being and participating in BNI?
For business growth, definitely for myself, to grow other people, to grow the organization. BNI is a business also. It's a franchise business. They're not all franchises, but ultimately, the philosophy of BNI is givers gain. Okay. And so the more I give, I know I'm going to gain somewhere, somehow it's going to come back to me. And so I'm always thinking about how can I give? What else can I do?
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
Yeah.
What's your why, and when did you, I think you said it, and forgive me, what's your why and when did you start the Asphalt Cowboys?
So I started the Cowboys in 2020, I believe, when COVID hit.
Okay.
And so
that must have been, what was the why? That's a great time.
Interestingly enough, I bought a house. My wife and I bought a house, and in 2020 closed on Cinco de Mayo. That was cool.
Wee. And
our neighbor, who we hadn't met yet, who lives behind us, once we got to meet Ken and started hanging out with him, he's an Asphalt Cowboy also.
Okay.
And so Ken said, "Hey, have you ever heard of the Cowboys?" And I said, "Oh, yeah."
He saw potential in you.
He's like, "You want to come to a meeting?" And I said, "Yeah, what's that about?" And he goes, "Just come down and we'll, come to a general meeting and see what you think." And went down on a Wednesday evening, met a bunch of good guys, and really felt at home, felt comfortable. I was like, man, this is my group of guys. These guys I could call family immediately.
Cool.
And so went through the application process, and that's
Cool.
They said, "Yeah, you're in, Jones. Let's go."
Awesome.
Start work tomorrow.
Awesome. Now here's a question for you. What is some advice you would give to someone who wants to grow their business within Shasta County? Because that's something that you've done very successfully, and clearly it's because you have determination, you have a set of goals, you have core values, you have established a set of who you are and who you want your business to be, and you bring in the people that fit that model and that role. But what would you give advice to? Because again, there's that ugly little myth going around that this is a hard place for people to work, and that's just not true. No. It's a great place to work, and it's a great place to grow a business. Clearly, you've been very successful at it. So what would be your advice? My advice,
honestly, I believe that a person gets to work as hard on themselves, not hard, but learn as much as possible. Read books, business growth, leverage classes. I'm also involved in a company called Clemmer, which there's a course that comes here to Redding every couple of months called Personal Mastery. And I've been doing that work since 2019. And from a leadership and character development standpoint, that's what's really supported me. And the way I think today is a lot different than prior to going through this work. And I really believe between the resources and trainings in BNI, resources and trainings in Clemmer and Personal Mastery, and the other programs they offer have truly set me up to provide an environment for my employees and for them to think positively, think with that abundance mindset, and not just help grow the company, but they're growing themselves.
Yes.
And the people that I'm around, that's the energy I want to bring.
Yeah.
And if they don't like it, they go somewhere else because I'm bringing it.
Exactly. I love that. There's so much positivity that builds on positivity. We talked briefly before we started. There's so many great books out there that. So you are doing, what is the one that your leadership? Sorry, you mentioned that you were reading?
The 5 Levels of Leadership.
The 5 levels of leadership.
Yep.
And I'm in the middle of Multipliers by Liz Wiseman. And it's really about being somebody who asks questions of others and lets other people come in and shine, and bringing in good debate and letting people be problem solvers instead of being dictating their next step. And when you give people room to grow, they grow, and when you want to see their growth, they grow even more. When you come in with your own growth and your set of rules and your set of what's available, that's where people stay.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And I think that what you said about, wanting to, when you're teaching, wanting to see and, wanting to see that opportunity that from whether it's your employee or someone that you're a student that you're working with, you want to see their personal growth. That's powerful. Wanting to see other people's power, that brings it out of people. When you want to see them rocket instead of just your business, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun to train and develop other leaders, and to continue that aspect. And, you know, it's honestly learning how I don't have to be right. I don't have to know it all, nor do I want to. Because there's a lot of other people that are much smarter than I am. Yeah. And if they're doing it better or they've got a different way, let them have it. I mean, I don't need to get in the way. And I think that's another really important thing that I've learned over the years is stay out of the way. Like, don't be the obstacle. Yeah. I can move out of the way and allow people to do what they do best. And I feel like that's another really key to success or business growth is really becoming aware and recognizing that, man, I am truly the greatest obstacle. And I need to learn how to get out of my own way, get out of other people's way, and figure out what I do best. And stay in that lane.
That's a hard step, and that's a hard thing for people to realize about themselves. I mean,
control.
Yeah. So that's really powerful. Allowing your business to grow was letting go of some of that control. Totally. And power in seeing the people that you've brought in, you know, do their own problem solving and be able to grow themselves and grow their families, which grows our community, makes them want to participate, gives them opportunities to do things like buy the home and establish more commitment on their own, and, you know, just have more of a sense of I mean, I keep saying community, but establish purpose. It really does. When you have a job that you appreciate, where you feel appreciated, when you have people around you that make you feel appreciated, the things that you're doing, you feel appreciated. It's a positive spin, and you've clearly done a wonderful job creating that. And so, kudos to you, and kudos to the people that you have kept in your sphere. I really enjoy your the way that you have participated. The groups that you are a part of are fun. The Asphalt Cowboys, I mean, just cheery, happy, fun, goofy, but so thoughtfully minded. You guys have such a good heart. Everything that you're doing is, and I love that there's so much. I didn't know all the sober grad stuff. That's cool. I had no idea. Since I didn't go to high school here, I did a sober grad in Idaho, so very different. But and then with BNI and growing other people's businesses and wanting to see other people in the community be successful. Thank you for your time. Tell everybody where they can find your business.
Okay. So we're here in Redding, and we have a website, customplumbingpros.com, and 530-241-1526. And we've got a great team that can help take care of everyday plumbing repairs, service. And we love doing new construction also, whether it's a new hotel in town or somebody's dream home, custom
steam shower.
I mean,
husband, if you're listening.
It's awesome. I mean, there's so many different aspects to what people can put in their homes now. Yeah. When it comes to plumbing, it's pretty incredible.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again so much for being a guest. You can check this out on the website, CassandraSandmeyer.com as well. You guys have a wonderful day. John,
thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cassie.
Thank you.